3, and he didn't leave much for Ma and me, just an old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him 'cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and called me Sue. Well, he must have thought that it was quite a joke, 'cause it got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks, and it seemed I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. And I tell you boys, it ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My faith got hard and my wits got keen, and I roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars, and I'd kill that man that gave me this awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry, so I thought I'd stop and have myself a booze. At an old saloon on a street of mud, and a table-dealing stud was a dirty, mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old. I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? And now you're gonna die." Well, I hit him right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and he cut off a piece of my ear. Well, I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed to the wall and into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Well, I'll tell you, I fought tougher men, but I can't really remember when, 'cause he kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and I heard him cussing. He went for his gun and I pulled mine first, and he stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I give you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped make you strong. He said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight. I know you hate me and you've got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a gun that named you Sue." Well, what could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun. I called him a paw and he called me a son, and I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, every time I try and every time I win. If I ever have a son, I'm gonna call him Clyde or George.
George, Harold, Buddy, Ray, Beef, Hal.